Welcome to You Can with Heise. I'm Aaron.
And I'm John.
And on Heise TV, we're going to be showing you just how easy it is to do mini installs of our products. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, SUVs, and more. So easy, it's barely an inconvenience.
These will be informative, fun, and entertaining, so make sure to follow and subscribe to see every episode here on Heise TV.
And remember, you can with Heise.
Hey guys, welcome and thanks for joining us on this episode of Heise TV. Now today we'll be installing the Saddle Tramp BC-Chase-K2 powered by Heise for the Can-AM Ryker. Now this fits all trims for 2019 and up. This light and this kits are chasing, which means that the light show will move from one end of the trike to the other. This 13-piece chasing kit is sure to give your Ryker the flair you've always dreamed of. So come with me and let's have a look at what's included in this kit.
With the difficulty level of 2 out of 3, today's install may require more know-how and tools that are not included in a standard toolkit.
Now over here at this table, as you can see, we have everything laid out from you. That's what's inside the box. First off is this plug and play harness, all right? So we got that. Coming over here, next we got these cable splitters. Alongside of the cable splitters, we have 3 18-inch tube lights. These are the ones that are going to really be glowing in the dark at night. Over here, we have the 10 strip lights. Also included is the hardware of installation. So you're going to get 3 bags of those. And then right here is the Heise Connect controller that can be controlled with the included RF remote, which is located right here. All right. Now, in the instructions we've put together, we have this handy dandy QR code. Now if you want right now, you can go ahead and hit pause. We have the QR code right here to scan so you can download the app. All right guys, so we're done over here at this table. All the stuff that's featured and included in the box. Let's go ahead and we'll show you now what tools that you'll need.
Our first tool that we're going to get into for this installation is the pry tool. There's a slew of push pins on this bike and this is going to be your best friend. Following that is our Phillips screwdriver. The battery has positive and negative terminals that require a Phillips screwdriver to remove and reinstall. On the back of the bike, we're going to have to take off the beauty panel to get to the taillights. T30 Torx with an extension if needed and a ratchet will get you through that job. Trusty side cutters for all the cable ties that we provide. This will allow you to clean them up so you don't have dangly ends and looking unprofessional. The final tool is going to be a drill with a 5/8 drill bit. This will allow you to install the switch in the storage compartment. Now that we covered the tools, we're going to get into this Can-Am install by taking off the hood. There's 2 clips on the bottom side. You'll squeeze and pull, and that will get that out of the way. The next step is to remove the side panels. This is done by opening the front storage bin and the fuel tank door. From there, you'll find 8 push pins. You'll use a pry tool to remove these, and that'll allow you to take off the side panels. Once the push pins are removed, we're going to lift up on the front edge of the side panel. There's a snap point there. Once that's released, the panel will pull sideways away from the bike. Do this for both sides of the vehicle. Next step, we're going to take off the handlebar trim. It's directly below the cluster. There's 2 press pins. You're going to push down and slide that panel forward and out of the way. We can now remove the storage compartment. In the storage compartment, there is the USB connection. This has a positive and negative wire connected to the rear side. Make sure to make note of those colors before disconnecting. At this point, we got the front end taken apart so that we can start putting the controller in. The controller will be placed on top of the coolant reservoir, so the first step is to clean that with some alcohol. Once the alcohol is dry, apply the double-sided adhesive pad to the bottom of the controller and stick that to the top of the reservoir. Make sure that the power wire coming off the controller is pointing towards the battery side. Now route the yellow and black wires down to the battery, securing as you go. The yellow wire will be connected to the positive terminal, which is the red side, and the black wire will be connected to the ground terminal, which is the black side. Now that that's connected, we're going to start routing wires in the opposite direction. We're going to take the cable coming off the opposite side of the controller, across the crossbar and then follow the factory cables up along the sidewall into the void where the storage box used to be. The red wire on the harness will be connected to the positive wire that was connected to the USB terminal. At this point, we need to add our switch to the storage compartment. We'll do that by locating the hump on the back of the storage compartment. You're going to measure 1.5 inches to the right and 1/2 inch down. Mark this point. Using a 5/8 drill bit, you're going to drill a hole at this marked location. This will allow for you to install the switch. Make sure you clean up any plastic burrs. Installing the switch is really simple. First, you'll remove it from the socket that it was included with. Then you'll insert it from the inside of the glove box, making sure that the gasket is between the switch head and the storage compartment wall. From there, you'll secure it with the nut. Once the switch is mounted, you'll reconnect the socket to the switch, and then you will reconnect the positive and negative wires for the USB terminal back to the USB port. We no longer need the storage compartment out, so we can place that back into its home. At this point, we're going to move on to getting the lights installed. The first step is to partially remove the front bumper. This is done by grabbing the outer corners at the top of the front bumper and roll them out and forward. This will disconnect them from the bike and allow you to access the 2 hidden push pins that we'll need to remove to take the side lower panels off. That push pin exposed, we're going to pop that out using a pry tool. You'll continue along that side panel. You'll find a second push pin facing forward about halfway, and then a third push pin facing down at the back of the panel. Remove all 3 push pins. With the side panels off, unclip the back edge and slide the panel forward and off. Now that the frame bar is exposed, we're going to route the taillight harness over that in preparation to run it to the rear. Look at the tubes that you were provided. One will be marked left controller. That will be connected to the left controller output. Connect that and route it over and down by the front A-frame. Find the location on the leading edge of the A-arm frame on the left side with alcohol, and then once the alcohol is dry, apply adhesion promoter. At that time, you can then apply the strip. The next light in the series is marked L1. This will connect to the light that was just installed and be placed along the lower outer edge of the skid plate on the left side. Again, clean with alcohol, let dry, apply adhesion promoter, and stick in place. The next light in the series is marked L2. It's one of the 3 tubes that we have provided in the kit. It's going to mount to the lower frame arm that's exposed behind that lower side panel. At this time, you will secure both the tube and the turn signal harness at the same time. Make sure that the LEDs are firing down when you position this. We are now going to install one of the 2 splitters that are provided. This one that we need is the 1 input with 3 outputs. This will connect to the end of the tube that we just installed. Connect the strip marked LTA to one of the 3 outputs of the splitter. This will then be routed up towards the knee bolster. Again, clean with alcohol, apply adhesion promoter, and then stick in place. This position will be an inverted L shape when finished. The final strip in this section is marked LTB. This will connect to that previous strip and go behind the opening for the fuel tank. Clean behind the cavity there and apply adhesion promoter and stick in place. Now that we have illuminated the front, side, and gas tank, we're going to illuminate under the seat. This is with the strip marked L4. It will also connect to one of the outputs of the 3-to-1 splitter. You will route the wire from the splitter up along the frame underneath the seat, securing as you go. Clean the tube below the seat on the left-hand side with alcohol, adhesion promoter, and stick in place. All right, guys and gals, we're almost done with the left side of the bike. The last tube remaining for this side is marked arm. It will connect to the remaining output from the 1-to-3 splitter that we had previously installed. This is going to be secured to the factory harness running under the swing arm along with our turn signal harness using the supplied cable ties. All right, now we're going to finish up the turn signal harness. This is going to require us to remove the beauty panel between the rear taillights. This is done by taking out the single T30 Torx screw that's mounted directly above the license plate. With that screw removed, you'll lift the panel up from the fender and away from the bike. This will expose all of the factory wiring. Disconnect the harness connection at both lights, left and right side. Remove one T30 from each light. This will allow you to access the lighting connection. We'll need to disconnect this from each light. On the turn signal harness, locate the connector with the green and white wire. Plug that into the left light, and then plug the factory connection into the opposite end. Then take the connection with the gray wire and plug it into the right tail light, and once again plug the factory connection into the other end. That's the last that we'll need this exposed, so let's go ahead and reassemble the tail light. That completes the installation on the left side of the bike. All we have to do is repeat for the right side, minus having to do the swing arm, so this side will go a little bit quicker. Once it's all done, before we finish putting panels back on, make sure we test the functionality at the switch, our ignition, turn signals, and brake. If everything is working great, finish reassembly and enjoy the ride. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. We're gonna send you back to Alan.
And that's it. We got the Saddle Tramp BC-Chase-K2 kit for the Can-Am 2019 and up Ryker installed. And I must say that was fairly easy. The wow effect this kit gave the trike is off the charts. With over 170 effect options to personalize it, you're sure to find something you love.
It's great to have you back for another episode of You Can here on Heise TV. Remember, you can with Heise. If you like the show, subscribe, smash that like button, ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment of Heise TV. Until next time,